Hey everybody, it's Miss Schwarzman. I'm back again to share with you one of my favorite resources that we have access to in our district. Some of you may have already used it, but it's called Nearpod, and it's one of my favorite things to use with students in our media center. First, you go to nearpod.com. Normally you have to have an account that you request through the district, but because of everything going on with COVID-19, they've actually given all teachers free access for the next 3 months. So to activate that for yourself, when you go to nearpod.com, you just need to click on this link here that says Learn More. And then if you scroll down, you can click on Request Access. And then you're going to want to fill out this form, and then they will send you an email with a code to make your free membership. So I already have one, so I'm going to log in. Once you get your code, you can just click Log In with Office 365, which is what we use for all of our district applications like Teams. So once you sign in, it will bring you to your library. Nearpod is amazing because it has lessons on literally anything you can imagine, and they're all standards aligned, and they have them for all grade levels, all skill levels. It's super interactive, and all of the kids I've used it with seem to really like it because it's something different, and they get to kind of learn at their own pace and then interact and see some things they might not normally see. So the first thing is to go to Nearpod Lesson Library, and here you can search for everything. So I know everybody's super stressed with trying to figure out how they're going to teach online, how they're going to make lessons, how can they engage their students, and Nearpod is a really, really great resource for that. So they have lessons for everything. So you can look at the top lessons by each subject area. You can see they have everything here. And all of their lessons are standards based, so it's great for us. So you can look on here and select Florida. You can pick a subject, for example, ELA, and you can pick whatever grade level, so we'll say 6th grade. You can pick by strand, you can look at the different resource types, so there is all kinds of lessons on anything you can think of. If there's something you're particularly learning about, you can also search for it up at the top, or something if you're learning about, I don't know, some topic in your class and you want to see if there's a lesson. There probably is. So I'm just going to look for math, and I'm going to pick 6th grade. We can take a look at what some of the lessons look like. So if we want to learn, let's say we're learning about fractions and decimals. You click on Preview Lesson, and I'll give you an idea of what it looks like on your end. There's all different things on here. So you can preview the lesson. It should give you kind of the contents of what it's going to be. It gives you your lesson objectives. You have that already there at the beginning, like the kids are used to seeing. Usually it has some information about the person that made the lesson. You can also make your own, but we're all so busy, it gives you a lot that are already pre-made, or you can edit them. So in here it's really cool. You'll see like, here's some math problems, and the kids can use the text box, they can type their answer, they can draw something right on the slide, and also when they're done and submit your lesson, you'll get an email with all of their results, so you can see exactly what they've done, so that's really cool. So if you like this lesson, you can just click Add to My Library. It'll download it for you, and then when you want to go back to your home page with your library, you can see all of the lessons that you've saved here. So these are some of the ones that I've done with our teachers already, or just showing examples. Something that's really cool on here is Nearpod has these virtual field trips. Usually you do student-paced, since you're not interacting with the kids face-to-face. They'll give your students a code, and they can go to nearpod.com and they'll enter in their code and they can do this lesson that you've already provided with them. See, if you want to preview, here you go. Virtual reality field trips are great because I know we're all sick of being stuck in our houses. You can kind of go somewhere, your kids can go somewhere they might not normally have an opportunity to visit. This one's great. It has all sorts of notes and things you can have your students do if you were in the classroom. provides you your essential question. I'll just go through really quickly so you can see how the virtual trip looks on here. So this one's showing what it would look like inside a concentration camp during the Holocaust. So it's really powerful for your kids to see something they might already be learning about, and then they can type in their observations and questions. There's open-ended questions, so your kids have an opportunity to interact with these slides. So if you need more information about using Nearpod, you can go to nearpod.com/blog/resources. I think it's under Learn or Explore, but they have webinars, or you can get a recording of a webinar. So you can see they've got lots of stuff coming up in the next couple of days about how to use it. They can probably give you more information than I can. Although I'm always happy to help, I'm available and ready to help you troubleshoot anything you need. Another really cool thing about Nearpod is that on Teams, I made my own team just to kind of play around, but you can go up to the top of your team, and when you click the plus, adding a tab with a channel, you can add Nearpod right into your classroom, which is really great. So say we wanted to share this Holocaust lesson, you would click add the Nearpod tab, click student paste, click save, and after it loads, you can have your lesson saved right there in your classroom for your kids to work on. So this one already put me right into the session. I didn't even need to enter the code. But if the kids want to do it that way, or you want to send them a code, there is a Nearpod link in their Clever that takes them right to the page where they enter in the code. But if you add it right into Teams, you don't even have to worry about that. It'll have your student join the session by typing in their name. You might want to remind them to use their real name so you know who they are. And then you can use your Nearpod lesson. Here's our teaching guide that popped up. But it'll have the lesson right in there for the kids so they can go through it and then submit it for you right there. I know there's been some issues with Teams though, so it's good to have the backup with the code. It might be easier if they go right through Clever. I'm not sure because I'm learning right along with you guys. But that's a very, very brief introduction to Nearpod. It's super awesome. I love it. And if you have any questions or need help, I'm happy to help you with it. Alright, thanks, and I'll talk to you guys later.